Welcome to Seggs Talk Radio, a podcast that explores kink and sex through candid and curious conversations. Join me and expert guests in exploring taboos and unpacking what it means to be sex and kink positive. Go check out our new website, sextalkradio.com. That is SEGGS talkradio.com. And I hope you enjoy the episode. I'm in like my mommy dom era. It's very fun.
Mommy dom?
Yes.
What's that?
Mommy dom is, have you heard of daddy dom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same shit.
I call them good little boys, and they call me mommy.
I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Butter. Butter Wellness makes external prostate massagers for men. They're extremely high-powered, no insertion necessary, and they give really incredible prostate orgasms. You can get 20% off by going to butterwellness.com and use code SEGGS, SEGGS. Over 80% of women, including myself, cannot have orgasms from penetrative sex alone. That is why it is so important that we find sex toys that we love. Honey Playbox makes an incredibly wide variety of toys. They literally have it all. They have wands, they have clit suckers, they have thrusting toys. They have so many options. And what's really cool about Honey Playbox is they are very technology forward. Many of their toys can be app controlled in addition to the regular settings and buttons on the toy, which makes it really fun for you and your partner. Go to honeyplaybox.com and use code SEGGS, SEGGS, for 20% off of your entire order. This episode of Seggs Talk Radio is brought to you by the HUD app. The HUD app is changing the face of modern and casual dating by giving users a really fun and flirty interface, and also it has bedroom features where you can select all of the kinky and naughty things you're into and show those to potential future partners. I personally love using the HUD app, and I think it's a great system for finding kinky people near you. Go to hudapp.com/sextalk. That is hudapp.com/SEGGS talk, TALK, for more. One of the many things that I love about Mochi Melt is that it is an overall luxury experience using it. It tastes delicious and it looks gorgeous on the nightstand. If you want to try out Mochi Melt for yourself, go to mochimelt.com and use code Thea, THEA, for 15% off of your entire order. I recently created an account on sensually.com. It is an online platform for people to seek out and offer sensual and sex-positive experiences. This can look like being a BDSM provider, a sex coach, a escort. It covers a wide range of themes, and you can really find what you're looking for. And it is completely free to create an account or to explore. To learn more and browse both in-person and virtual experiences, go to sensuali.com. I recently squirted for the first time, and it was a lot of liquid. That's why I'm so glad that I've since found Splash Blanket. They create incredible waterproof blankets for all types of fluids. They have them in a bunch of different sizes and textures, and they are truly incredible and very absorbent. Go to splashblanket.us and use code SEGGS for 15% off of your entire order. Weezy and Mandii, welcome to Seggs Talk Radio.
Hey.
I'll put most of that in there. I don't care. I want people to know.
I love that. Yeah, it's weird because we've been getting, I don't know if you get them as well. So I've gotten DMs and things about women who have been violated by certain people who want us to expose these people. And I don't know if I'm on that wagon just yet where I'm just going to take someone's DM and be like, this person, because this person said it, is an awful person. I think that there's channels to go through that. And literally I'm always just like, file a police report. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can't be the person to give justice to you for what this person has done to you.
But 60 people, I could do it. Not with one.
Yeah, no. Yes. 60, yes. Let's go. But one person.
Well, that's why I was very fucking calculated about it. I put up a super vague post, and then I was like, if people want to sleuth, they'll figure out who I'm talking about. And then it like went crazy. And then I was like, okay, now I'm going to post these and talk about this. But what has now happened is people think I'm like the canceler.
Oh,
and so they're like, well, so this other guy.
Get my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. Yes, literally. Yeah. Or like people will be like, oh, that story you reposted about him. Well, he's a piece of shit too. And I'm like, this is not my new fucking gig.
No.
Because I have been unwell for 2 weeks about this one.
It's a lot.
Like I can't. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So
mentally, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not interested in that.
Becoming the... and it's a very important thing. Like Mandii and I had a call a few weeks ago where we're talking about different charities we want to get into, et cetera.
Yes.
But once you become a place where people come to for sex advice or feeling safe or whatever it may be, right? You're like my new homegirl that's teaching me things. I feel like you kind of do have this duty to your people too. And I think figuring out what that is not easy.
Right.
Like, I know Mandi's was with women's bodies and health, and she started another pod. I work on HIV projects, but it's like you don't kind of know until you're there. I feel like I'm passionate about everything.
Yes, I'm very passionate, and I've always been an advocate. Like 2 weeks before I was here, I spent a week driving around trying to find this homeless man that was hurting a dog in my neighborhood, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking find him. Like, I will just get passionate, and that's what I'm kind of realizing from this situation is I'm like, oh, this is like bringing something up in me.
Now I'm gonna make this joke because it's true. That's some white shit.
I'm trying to find I mean, the way that I feel like I can show up is through education and awareness.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna be the social justice warrior to be out in these streets trying. Like, I can't.
This is my one. I'm good.
I'm like, I can't involve myself in everyone else's trauma. I'm still getting past my own. Yeah. And so I think that's what I've realized is like receiving the DMs or the stories about women and all of their experiences with both men and women. Mm-hmm. Just reading it.
Yes,
and receiving that. Like, baby, I'm working a lot through my own, especially like we're writing a book right now. Ooh. And so going through like what I'm going through in therapy and getting past my own shame and forgiving myself. Those are really hard for me to work at. And with this podcast that we've had for now almost 8 years, it's just like that part of it is so like, I pray for you, I wish you well, but I can't take on your demons right now. I'm going through mine, and I love that we've created this platform for people to feel so open to sharing those things. Right. But that becomes a lot. And
being an empath. Like, I mean, these people have started sending me their
the
sexual assault stories, and I'm like, I had to set some intense boundaries on my stories.
What's your sign?
Libra, Virgo. Oh. Which is super literally scales justice, like
I was gonna say
I will
the courthouse
fight.
Girl.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, because see, I'm gonna fight for the dog one day. I'm gonna search for him, and then by Tuesday, I'm gonna be like, I'm going to work. Like,
no, I was trying to find the dog for a week, but what can you do? I also have ADHD, so I'm like, if I hyperfixate on a situation, I'll just
telling us
go.
You're from Alaska, though, you're like, I'm a small town girl. Yeah. I wonder if that's where this is birthed. If I ever watch a documentary where the town band together to get a serial murderer rapist.
Totally.
It was in New York?
No, there is actually.
Where?
There's a new thing. There's a new thing on There's a new thing on Netflix right now that literally goes into all of these actually sex crimes within New York City during like the 90s, early 2000s. And literally there's these projects in Harlem. There actually was just one recently. I don't know if you saw.
Are you pointing at me, Lorisa?
No. It was in Manhattan where the whole neighborhood started beating him up as he was being wheeled out. So this man was in a wheelchair. That's what I'm saying. New York actually bands together for people that do some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
So, I do love a good ass whooping. Yeah. Like I love when I'm reading like a jail tale where someone died in jail and I'm like, oh, he must have kids.
New York is a place where, yes, they will absolutely ignore you and not see the craziness around you.
That's what I've been noticing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. But when something really happens that affects a community and whatever, I do see them all come together.
Totally.
My favorite New York story to tell, it's not that great, but when I was coming here before I lived here, I had a huge suitcase. Maybe it was the week I moved here.
Where did you move from?
Florida. We're both from Florida.
Oh, okay.
These two guys are arguing across the street, like violently. I thought they were going to fight. And I'm struggling in the snow with my suitcases. And they are both walking over to help me at the same time, walk upstairs with it while cursing each other out. Like, shut the fuck up, don't fucking touch me while they're helping me. And also didn't speak to me about helping me. Just started doing it.
This is what we do, and also fuck you.
Right. Yeah, and it's so New York because there is a lot, and I didn't live here during 9/11, but I believe there is this community that's very unspoken. Sure. So when people say New Yorkers are mean, if that's the example, sure.
Yeah. I'm only a few weeks in, but I've stopped saying that New Yorkers are mean.
I love it.
Because it took me a little while because I was
You go to the right bar, you going to make all the friends. Everybody going to talk to you. And I love New York for that. Yeah. Like when I go back down south, outside of their awful dressing, they're not the best with
clothing dressing?
Oh, yes. Ugh. Ugh. Like,
People
my
here.
pussy is about to be so dry moving back down south. I'm like, oh,
I have it
moving.
Ugh.
I think it's the weather. Let me tell you why.
It is.
New York has seasons, so you can dress for seasons.
Yes.
Yes.
When I lived in Florida, tank top shorts,
Flip-flops
tank top
and tank
shorts, tank top
tops.
shorts, bodysuit
Well,
shorts.
everything's sticky and humid to your skin and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
and they still can't dress. So
Yeah.
now, pussy about to be dried up. I'm about to be like, just get naked. I don't want to
So-
see how you put it on.
You're moving.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Moving to Atlanta.
Okay.
I went to high school
not
there.
Florida.
No,
Okay.
I went to high school in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Lived in Atlanta as an adult. All my
Okay.
best friends are in
Okay.
Atlanta. My core group of people are in Atlanta.
They've remained.
Yeah,
Like,
and
wow.
or moved back because we've all went to other places, but
Yeah.
somehow everyone is still there.
Yeah.
And I've been here 13 years now.
Wow.
There's other things career-wise I want to try down there,
Mhm.
but also I would like a closet.
Oh yeah.
Literally, I would just like a closet.
Yes.
I make a lot of money. I want a
Dude.
fucking walk-in closet. I would like to.
No, you know what
have
that
sex
tells
in
you?
a closet.
That's how you know we don't make enough money. Well, I thought I made a
Oh, yeah,
lot of
no.
money until I said,
Yeah, no.
I-
I want to make more.
$1 million. I don't know if anyone likes to look at real estate, but just for fun.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do at nighttime.
See
Yes.
what that gets
Zillow.
you. See what that gets you
Put
here.
$1 million
I
in
don't
New York.
want to.
See what it gets you
I know.
here.
Literally.
And compared to Austin or Atlanta or anywhere, see what $1 million
can't
gets you
even-
here.
The last
I don't wanna
apartment I
know.
almost put a bid on in New York was $940. And it was a 2-bedroom in NoHo. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is going to be my life. And my man said to me, you going to pay $1 million to walk up 3 flights?
Yeah.
No elevator.
Oh, no, elevator.
And I literally was thinking to myself, am I fucking dumb? Like,
that's crazy.
but to me, I'm just
Wow.
like, I'm so location girl. And, I'm actually struggling in my relationship right now where we have this question that we've asked each other. What does quality of life look like for you, for your
Totally.
home and your everyday?
Mm-hmm.
My answer for like housing, mine was being able to walk to my favorite places. And I can create a new favorite place, coffee shop, gym,
Right.
something,
Necessity.
wherever that community is for me.
Yeah.
Second is walkability, period. Walking downstairs and having a store that I can grab something at.
Yes.
And the third is feeling like it's easy for people to get to me. Now, I'm an only child. He is
Me
not.
too.
African family, bunch of cousins, bunch of brothers, whatever. His is like, mine is space, quiet, and not a lot of neighbors.
Oh my God.
These answers don't.
Yeah, no.
At
they
all.
do not.
At all.
No. Like out in the woods? Like, I don't.
He's like, yo, we can get this crib in Mount Vernon, New Rochelle, Connecticut. I'm like, what is how do you spell it?
Yeah.
No, I don't. And so now it's a deep conversation of like, hey,
Sure. Those
while
are,
we have no children, we live in the city. Once we get a child, I'm like, okay, can we do 30-minute drive? Like, but I never knew what that looked like for me. And so when
Yeah.
Mandii, you just mentioned space and closet, I think yours probably changed. 13 years in New York. Now you know you need.
Oh no, bitch! I got money and I got a lot of clothes and they don't fit anywhere, so I'm literally sleeping under bags of clothes. I've always wanted closet space, absolutely.
money can go so far in other places.
And
like,
that's
you could
it.
literally have a mansion.
Well, let's be very clear too. I'm also like never here. I literally leave tomorrow. So the
Yeah,
idea that
yeah.
I'm not even enjoying my rent right now.
Right.
Like people have stopped inviting me out, and when I'm like, "Bitch, why I ain't get an invite?" They're like,
We don't
"Oh,
think
you're in town.
here.
I live here."
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
a part of it too is just like, I love New York for what it gives me. If I can come back once a month to record and do our show, I will.
Oh,
but
wow.
I also am in.
Are you in Atlanta?
I'm in Atlanta
mostly?
once a month.
Okay.
I've been going back like
Yeah.
for the last 2-3 years, once a month, at least once every 3 months. My
Yeah.
best friend laughs. I see her bi-weekly. I said, bitch, we don't even live in the same.
You know what's
Right.
going to be the gag of life?
Yeah.
The universe is just going to, maybe the last week you're here, you're going to go out a lot with your friends. The dream man. that
Oh,
lives
God.
Right by you. Or in Brooklyn.
Are you single?
I'm very single.
And
So-
then he's going to be like, oh, you're moving? And then boom.
so
I
that's
feel like
actually-
everyone is so fucking
So that's-
partnered up.
So that's
I feel the opposite.
So that's been my thing right now with knowing I'm relocating, knowing I would like someone local. However, also really leaning into lifestyle. I would like
Yeah.
a primary.
Sure.
Even when I'm dating, I would like a
Sure.
primary, but I'm even open to saying that out the gate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want monogamy. I don't want one person where I have
Monogamy
to be.
scares me when it
Yeah,
starts to
it-
happen, even though it's what I kind of want.
How
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck
so-
do you feel like that in Alaska? Because you fucked 2 people. I know they related. It's small.
Oh,
But she's in Austin now.
No, I know, but I want to know.
Alaska was only till age 17, but we all definitely fucked the same people in high school. Yeah.
I mean, in Atlanta, everyone's fucking the same people.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking the same people everywhere.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, think about
related to.
Give us a good small town drama story. Who fucked their cousin?
Oh, no cousins. Although you seem to like that because Sophia was talking about that on your show.
Cousin
too.
fucking was she?
She was saying that she actually went to a wedding of somebody marrying their first cousin.
Oh, that's right, Utah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I've talked
crazy.
about it on the podcast before. I feel so bad for this girl, but the only thing that really sticks out was like there was the God Squad. So like these tall, skinny white girls that went to church all the time. They were the God Squad. Well, I'm not going to say her name. One girl from the God Squad hooked up with a guy, like gave him a blowjob behind the school, the only half black guy at our school. So it was very, tumultuous and juicy. And basically that was all anyone heard about for a month was like the blowjob behind the school from the God Squad girl.
To the biracial boy.
Yes. Yes. And that, I think she was a little bit like kicked out of the God Squad. I don't know.
Why? For the blowjob or the blackness?
Right. That's what I'm literally trying to figure it out. Is it because he was half black or because it was the blowjob?
They had purity rings. I mean, it was like...
But you're still pure if you suck some dick.
That's what I've heard.
Or
anal.
Or anal.
Yeah.
So growing up, that's...
What's it called?
Is there a name?
Not frauding. Oh. What's the word? Soaking. When you don't move it.
Oh, I've heard of that.
That's what the Mormons do. So basically,
yes.
You can't fuck. So you just sit it in there.
The dick.
And then someone jumps on the bed so the dick can move.
Somebody.
Oh, no, that's penetration.
A third party jump?
I know it's penetration.
That is penetration.
I'm over here.
But growing up, though, that is the thing. Like, if you gave head or had it in your ass, you were still technically a virgin because you weren't penetrated in your vagina.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Well, they still kicked her out. So
they were
it was just a small town. Like, anytime anybody
religious
sucked
rules
anybody's
are crazy,
dick.
dog.
Yeah.
My boyfriend has dated a lot of Muslim girls. They're called Habesha, Ethiopian Muslims. So you probably see them when you see a lot of black people that have hijabs. Not saying they can't be Muslim, but in New York, you meet a lot of Habesha, Ethiopian girls. So he would tell me like a story about how these girls would get angry about him drinking or something like that. And he'd be like, but we fucking, like, what are you talking about? And basically there were certain purity, much like pork, with your ex too.
Oh, no.
Just depends on like the sect of religion.
I don't
give a fuck. Very
I'll never deal with a Muslim again. They hypocrites, just like Christians.
Oh my God, Mandii.
I don't care. Literally, if you are having sex before marriage, you eating my pussy and I eat pork. You eating pork. And my ex was a Muslim, but we still was out drinking. Like the ways that their religious values only hold spaces for where they.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do Ramadan so you can see if you got enough fucking I'm cool. The discipline.
She's talking about the Muslims in Harlem.
No.
I just want to say, everyone, we are not those girls.
And I don't
Palestine.
know.
Okay, sure. No.
I don't know at all what you're talking about.
I'm talking about, and I'm not saying fuck Muslims. That's not at all what I'm saying before y'all start clipping this up. For me, dating as someone who's not spiritual or leaning heavily into religious values, to me, I see when I say modern, millennials, anyone born in the mid-'80s to now, I think that when they're showing up as religious beings, they're very selective. And in what ways they choose to follow their religion as it sees fit.
Honey, Catholics and Christians too.
But
we're watching that with
I literally
selection.
said that with Christians. I said I'm not spiritual, I'm not religious.
For me.
It's
whatever
all religions.
works.
It's all religions.
Yeah.
And so for the ways in which I've found myself dating a lot of Muslim men, specifically because I'm in New York and I like niggas from Harlem, they definitely seem to be selective into what values they lean into in regards to their sexism, how they choose that a woman should show up within a relationship or what they can and cannot do. And I'm just not here for that.
My friend's dating a Catholic guy. She's into brujeria, which is witchcraft and white.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
So have you ever heard the term bruja?
Bruja?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like brujaha also is one, right?
witch.
So a bruja is a witch, right? So a lot of
I love witchy shit.
Me too. Caribbeans and Latinas from there, like they're really into it, and Santeria as well. So basically, like Wiccan and Santeria, like different cultures, right? So basically, she's been dating this guy who is religious, and she To be honest, she talks about God quite often, which is kind of interesting. But long story short, they've been sleeping together for a few months, and he saw her altar.
Ooh.
So she's got some candles in a corner, and she just likes to
do some
feed her altar, talk to her ancestors at this altar. And I respect this because to me,
that's up my alley.
this is real worship for you. So who the fuck am I to say? Sometimes when I don't know if you see this or if you've seen this yet. In New York, I've seen literal drivers get out of their car, get on the floor to start praying, Muslims.
Sure.
Right? Like, you see people connect with however they need to with their spirituality. For her, her altar was wherever in her house. This freaked her out. He basically
Freaked him out?
Freaked him out, excuse me, thank you. He said, I don't even know if I'm in love with you anymore or if you made me feel like this. With some like candle work. Her feelings were super hurt.
For fucking sure.
Basically, he's like, you got to throw all this out. Because this doesn't align with God.
Ooh.
And then they got into the dialogue of, well, does us fucking align with it either? Does me pegging you align with it either, sodomy?
Literally. I mean, but I feel like what's tricky for some of that is it goes back so deep. Like their parents were telling them all of that shit as such young kids.
But it's that, but it's also to me, don't go into dating. So once you find out who someone is, I need you to
religious.
Yeah,
I'm too
literally.
I'm too kinky.
I just
what are your religious boundaries? Could you do a church every Sunday?
Well, no, I just brought up. So I was just talking to this guy. I found him completely attractive. I was like, completely. I was like, I'm gonna consider hopping on a flight for you. Like, I was even willing to consider long distance. Like immediately,
does he watch your show?
I was interested. My point. Hold on. So when he slid in my DM, interested in me.
Yes.
There was a DM from 2021. So he absolutely. Knew the content, knew who I was, had seen me online. Horrible decisions is everywhere. So I'm like, okay, you were in my DM since 2021. So we go from the DMs because finally he ended up on my Explore page. My type. I see it. He's like, patience. I knew I would. This would happen. So we get to talking. We're on the phone like all day. Mind you, this is crazy because no one lasts really that long with me, and this is another instance. Same. So we're on the phone all day. We're FaceTiming. Finally, I get into asking him, so why are you single? Like, the area that, why are you single?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't, the women in this area just aren't really my type. He lives in Florida, in a city in Florida. So I was like, okay, so what's your type?
I was recently giving a blowjob to a partner, and one of the things that I love incorporating into all types of play is lube. But specifically with blowjobs, I love being able to use this honeydew flavor of mochi melt because it makes it so much more fun and delicious for both parties. I also enjoy using it for penetrative sex, and in the past, I found that I can't really use flavored lube down there because it could upset my pH. However, mochi melt is pH balanced, it is food grade, and it is FDA approved, which makes it completely safe for use down there for the ladies and the fellas. If you want to try out Mochi Melt, go to mochimelt.com and use code Thea, THEA, for 15% off of your entire order. Mommy Thea recently created a profile on sensually.com, which is a sex-positive platform for people to both provide and seek out sex-positive and sensual experiences, which can take place both online and in person. They have a wide variety of creators on their platform, ranging from BDSM experts to sex coaches to escorts to erotic artists. They have it all. It is completely free to sign up, whether you want to create an account or seek out experiences. You can learn more by going to sensually.com. That is sensuali.com. I recently squirted for the first time, and it was a lot of fluid. I was surprised. I squirted like 5 times in a row the first time I did it, and everything was drenched. I spent the entire next day doing multiple loads of laundry, and as excited as I was to have squirted for the first time, I also realized that I needed a solution for the problem at hand. So I am so excited to be working with Splash Blanket. They create incredible waterproof blankets. They can be used for squirting, for sex in general. They absorb up to 1 liter of liquid. I mean, I just use mine as a cozy blanket. They are extremely diverse, and I absolutely love them. So go to splashblanket.us and use code SEGGS, SEGGS, for 15% off of your entire order.
Immediately he says, a woman of God. I want a God-fearing woman. Like, look, nigga, you see the stuff I talk about. What? So he immediately goes into telling me he wants a woman of God. And I send him the Bart Simpson disappearing emoji into the bushes.
Yes.
And I literally say, so that's not me. And I'm not going to pretend to you that that's me. I'm not going to church. I don't want you to write me Bible scriptures in the morning.
Did you scroll down and not see my booty?
Literally.
Where did you think God was going to kick it?
So the fact that you're opening your sentence to this is your type, yet you've clearly been in my DMs for the last 3 years. You've seen me over the 3 years.
Yes.
That's not me.
Yeah.
And so I immediately knew that this is just not going to work.
Right.
And that's the thing, though. When people get into relationships, they will hear what this person wants and know it's not them.
Oh, yeah.
And still try to shapeshift into being that person because their only thought is being with this person.
Yeah.
Mind you, I already in my mind envisioned me flying to go see him every other week. That was in there. And as soon as he showed me or told me what he was looking for, and I knew that that was not me.
Right.
I just went ahead and removed myself.
Yeah.
This was great talking to you. I wish we could have talked more, but I'm not going to be the person long standing.
That judgment call, though, is something that I don't think we know until, I would even say late 20s to 30s, because you kind of block everything else.
Well, there's
out
a lot
of
of people pleasing and stuff too.
That's
for
it.
women to like want to mesh or like to have. I've had so many of these moments in my life where I'm like, this is the guy. This is the only one. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
I'm you.
And it's like,
I could swipe him. And actually, I found this text message of my boyfriend that I sent a picture of him to my best friend, who's gay. And I said,
this is the one.
Oh my God, he also looks gay. This is gonna be my new husband. This is the one, da-da-da. And he wrote me back and said, Jesus, you sent me 10 of these, babe. And so, yes, even though my name's in one of them, I'm like, damn,
at least you made it in there. Yeah.
But I actually just started thinking about something when we all were talking. There's a new show. I'm 90 Day Fiancé obsessed.
Oh, same.
It's real bad. Like if they were selling it on the street.
Are you a Libra too, or you're just an only
Pisces?
child, so we're the same shit. Okay.
I'm
Put
a
it in my
Libra, but
fucking
I'm not
name.
into
Yeah.
stars
But
and
you
moons.
like Real Housewives, so that's
I'm
your
not
vice.
super into Star and Moon either, but I think we're
The fact
connected
that
in a
you
certain
gave-
way because we're only children. I've been picking up on some.
The fact that you gave 3 of your signs, like your house, your universe, and all that.
Your house of cards.
You are in on the stars and moons, okay?
a little
So,
bit, yes. Okay.
90 Day Fiancé, I don't know if it's a spinoff, but it's called Forbidden Love. I don't know when this is coming out, but y'all got to put this on.
Ooh.
Forbidden Love is all about religion. They start the show with this fucking Amish guy and this girl. She's kind of got like a little rocker chick vibe. Basically, he went to fix her roof and she was like, you don't have to leave. Boom, he gets pussy for the first time. She's 34, he's 23. The opening scene is her showing him how to floss his teeth.
Oh,
because he's never done this.
There's so much here. There's so
Her
much to
giving pussy
unpack.
to a man that ain't never flossed his teeth.
I know.
Now I'm judging
I'm
her.
like, there's a lot to unpack right
So
now.
I was watching this show like this. Like, you know, the show is good. I'm at the edge of the seat like, oh my God.
Yeah.
God. So basically,
But do they date? Like they're doing the
they're
thing.
married now. She's pregnant. Their issue in the show, I've only watched one episode. It's only one episode out. He didn't have technology.
Right.
And so what comes with now having a phone and internet? Just tell me what you think he's doing too much of.
Porn.
He is so addicted to porn.
Oh, yeah.
That she's like, you can't even have sex with me. He'll go to a parking lot just to jerk off. You can't stop looking at porn. And it's crazy because there's scenes where she's like, don't forget to put on deodorant or just little things to teach him.
This gross man.
That's just gross.
And he can't stop looking at
floss, no
porn.
deodorant. But did he leave? He left Amish.
Yes.
He left.
So
For
throughout
the one
this,
pussy. Yeah.
girl, I know that pussy good. And she got big fake titties. And
Oh my
But I wonder
God.
if that's her kink.
that he
and
doesn't
I
know
like-
anything.
hold on.
I like corrupting a little bit, but
I'm
not
wondering,
that level.
I'm wondering if that's her kink.
Sure.
The fact that he is this unkept man. And I only say that because I recently started just talking to someone new and I feel like I've been introduced to a new kink that I don't know what I feel like.
Ooh.
So he wants to eat my ass.
Okay.
Cool. I'm like, great. But he's like, no, I want to clean your ass. And I was like, what do you mean? He wants to clean my ass with his tongue. So he doesn't want me to shower.
Girl, why would you put that on
Well,
her podcast and not ours?
I'm sorry.
That's motherfucking good.
I'm sorry. This is new.
We don't know this bitch.
I know. So literally we're
This
talking.
is breaking news.
So literally we're
Breaking
talking.
news.
And I'm like, what do you mean you want to clean my ass? And he's like, yeah, I don't want it out the shower. He's like, I want you to sit on my face and I want to clean it with my tongue. Then he also said, I would love for you to fart in my face. I'm also now looking up.
Fart
How do I
porn,
get
fart
gassy
fetish?
enough to fart? Yeah, because I'm like, I
Well,
know
you must
peeing.
really like him all this.
I'm actually considering.
Bitch,
You
you really
really
get to Google.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm considering it. And I'm like, am I getting nastier? Why do I want him to
It
clean
sounds
my
that
ass
way.
with his tongue and fart on his face?
I
But
need
I'm like,
information.
oh
Because
yeah.
for me, it's some. I need a survey.
She's offended.
I'm going to guess he's black.
He's maybe biracial.
Okay.
Because he's light skinned. I haven't asked his
That
race
proves
yet.
my theory of WPS, white people shit. Now,
Bring
I
it.
need age,
We've got a lot of
demographic of like, what does he do? Like, how do you get to shit?
Oh,
Has he been famous his whole life?
He's
and
also
now
asked
in
me
shit?
that. I said, oh, no limits. He was like, okay, so you can shit on me. And I said, actually, there's a limit. I'm not going to do that. But I said, I could pee on you.
But it sounds like he'd want that.
No,
I know. He's inching you to
no,
shit.
he's inching. Yeah.
If he wants to clean your ass out, it's because he wants a little,
Maybe.
what is it called? Dingleberry? He wants
I don't
it
know.
Right
If that's what he wants. I'm like in this like.
no, but I need to know more about this man. How
Oh,
did he
maybe
get
it's
here?
because you're moving soon, so you're like, might as well.
No. So he don't even live here. I would have to fly to be with him.
Okay, all right.
He's out of
You
town.
gonna fly to fart.
I might fly to fart.
But keep going. Wait, I'm serious. Like, is he super rich?
He is under 30, super rich.
Okay, see, that's it.
Very attractive.
They can't stop, bro.
Rich people have the craziest fucking
No,
kinks.
I think he's probably, but I think he's just, he's probably done fucked so many beautiful women. He's like, I want more.
It gets more
I need
and more
more.
extreme.
And I think, so I think I'm realizing, not that I'm addicted to porn, but as much as I watch it, especially because that's all I feel like.
addicts start with that.
It's my routine. It's very much my routine.
Well, that's
for
how I go to
masturbating.
sleep. It's all on my Twitter feed. I'm subscribed to OnlyFans, like
Girls,
creators,
guys.
But you guys work in
guys,
sex.
girls, trans, everyone.
Inclusive porn watching.
Very much so. Not discriminating over here.
I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty inclusive porn watching.
I will
It
say,
is.
I mean, except they are all black. I will say that. Like, I'm not subscribing to any white content creators at the moment. But my mind now, with maybe being in lifestyle, with maybe seeing more things at the sex club,
I'm
with talking to
extremely
more people,
desensitized.
I'm way open to now, like, oh, you want to lick my ass clean? Okay. You want me to fart on your face?
For me,
okay.
that's just a hygiene thing. Like, I don't even want a guy to lick my ass clean because I'm thinking about bacteria. Like, I'm a fucking nerd.
Yeah. I mean, me too.
I believe you.
Me too. I don't want that either, but I'm also realizing,
no, but you do, babe.
if you can get
Google it.
if you can get food poisoning from like a drop of somebody's poo on their hand to a salad to a
like, let's just say I won't be surprised if he has pink eye anytime soon. You know what I mean? So to me though, I'm realizing maybe I'm more into not only doming, but pleasing.
No, humiliation.
But I'm willing to please.
Doesn't sound like it would humiliate him.
Yeah, but this is what you want. Okay,
Sure.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
also in a way to where I'm like, and now we're talking
it doesn't
be a
sound
good
like
little
he's
boy.
Earned that.
No, I don't care.
Like,
Good point.
I'm not gonna lie.
You do gotta go to the level of
No.
That's some like husband. That's some like boy.
No, I don't want a husband. I just want to have some really good sex. I want a nasty, freaky partner. I literally am like, I want a whore. I want you to be my whore.
And I'm down for doing stuff for the plot too. Like, especially you have a pot. Like, I don't know, fart on someone's face so you can share about it.
I'm doing it for the plot.
I've done a
that
lot
was
of
my favorite juice.
I've done a lot of
for the plot.
kinky shit for the plot. Yeah.
I mean, but also I'm doing it for myself. A part of me wants to also experience this.
I wish I had this in me. I told this on Whoreible, but my boyfriend and I was in Vegas for an AVN award. That's right. Mandii and I were up for the AVN awards.
Oh, you were
the last two. We've been nominated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just best podcast.
Yeah.
No big deal. I'm just kidding. So we're in the lobby and basically were we doing coke with them? I don't know. We were talking to these white people. So anyway, long story short, we started talking about kink. And they said something along the lines of, or we started talking about pee. And he's like, yeah, I really want her to pee on me. And like, we tried, it took 2 hours. She couldn't do it. This girl
Stage fright.
Right. So we're laughing about it. And this girl, Russian girl sitting across from me and him goes, you couldn't pee on him? I shit on him if he asked me. I was like, bitch, I ain't asked what you to fucking do.
Just a random contributor.
I was so mad. And then she gets into this convo of like, I can do anything. I can do anything to you. Shit on you, hit you, kick you. I shit
Definitely
on
a dom. Definitely a dominatrix.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you.
I might be there.
I couldn't get to the level of, like, I think that's something I don't have in me. And I don't really think that's a pleasing thing, Mandii. I think that's a dom thing. That was all I came around to say that for.
Yeah.
Because I'm a pleaser too. But that is more intense for me of like, that is domination.
For me, that would be like down the line long-term partner. Like, really, I fucking love you.
Which is crazy because to me, having someone clean your ass ain't love.
I mean, I did ask him, okay, and this is where, again, kink. I said, okay, you want to clean your ass? I asked because I haven't been able to do it again and I enjoyed it. I asked if I could shave his. And I really want to shave.
I wish more men would take care of
I know. So I want to shave your
I would
ass
put
and
more
I'll
stuff up
put my
their
face-
butts if they
shaved it. I
tidy.
love it.
Yeah.
I did it for the first time with my ex. Literally laid out the towel, had his legs propped up, and I was down there with the little, and I was like, it was so much fun. I'm like, I'm mad that I haven't got to shave another ass. I really want to shave someone's ass.
I think we're unpacking some of your kinks.
Oh no,
there's a lot of butt.
This is where
there's a lot of butt stuff here.
Sorry. Welcome to
welcome. My nickname is Peg the Stallion, aka Peg and Markle.
Oh my god.
aka, do I have another Peg one? Just
so
Peg and Markle and Peg the
about
Stallion.
Peggy Bundy.
If you know me and you watch the podcast, you know that I like watching porn for my self-pleasure rituals. One of my favorite websites to go to is xoafterglow.com. What I have found with mainstream porn is that a lot of it is created for the male gaze. It's a lot about the man's pleasure, and it just doesn't feel super authentic and connected. What I really love about Afterglow is that it is for everyone, and it is founded by a woman. I've actually had the pleasure of working with her here in Austin, and I love their mission. You can also find educational porn on their website called EduPorn, and there is just so much to learn and watch there. So go to xoafterglow.com and use code XOTHEA. As you guys know, I've been very curious about anal play with my male partners, and I'm really excited to share Butter with you guys. Butter Wellness makes men's sexual health and wellness products, including this perineum massager. This applied on the perineum, which is between the ass and the penis of a man, can create prostate orgasms, which are very, very intense orgasms. In addition to that, this tool can also create extra blood flow that goes to the pelvic region. So if anybody has any issues with ED, this can also support with that. This is not to be inserted. This is for external use only. And you can get 20% off by going to butterwellness.com and use code SEGGS, SEGGS. My favorite honey playbox sex toy has to be the Joy Thrust. What is so cool about this toy is that this part vibrates and thrusts, which stimulates the G-spot, and this end stimulates the clitoris. Their products cover a massive, wide variety of experiences and desires, and the majority of them are app-enabled. So in addition to the buttons on the toys, you can adjust the intensity of the toy on an app on your phone, which makes for really fun, spicy playtime. If you're curious about trying out app-enabled sex toys, go to honeyplaybox.com and use code SEGGS, SEGGS, for 20% off of your entire order. If you are watching or listening to this, you're probably interested in sex and or kink and are curious about finding new partners to explore things with. However, it can be difficult to find those people. The thing I love about the HUD app is that it's more than just an app. They have a community, a podcast, and a ton of education. And inside of their app is a bedroom feature, so you can select all of the things you're interested in, all of the things you want to try, all the things you don't want to try, and that can be shown to potential future partners. So to learn more, go to hudapp.com/sextalk. That is hudapp.com/sextalk, SEGGSTALK. So anyways, pegging. Let's talk about pegging. I'm only a few pegs in, but I fucking love it.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. So my journey with kink stuff has started very submissive, fucked a ton of people on field, but like was having these negative experiences of like guys that were like, I'm experienced in being a dom, and not really being experienced, and then just feeling like they were maybe using it as a channel to get out their negative energy on me.
Oh.
Not like hit me or like, but it was
aggressive.
It was not coming from the right place, and it was not coming from like actual BDSM experience. And so I kind of took a step back and then like started realizing, I'm like, okay, I've interviewed like back to back pro doms. Like, I think I'm just like dom curious or something, because I really was like.
Tell me really quick for people listening too. I've had the best dom experience and a worst. Tell me what your best and what that best looks like. Because I think people don't understand.
Totally. That's a great,
what exactly, for example, for me, when someone's talking to me too rough.
Yeah.
And it's not tactful, or like if we're in a reward punishment thing.
Right.
Then some of that language makes sense, but you can't just come out the gate, bitch,
no,
slut, whore, right? That to me isn't doming, but people think it is. So yeah, what's the best for you?
Yeah, so that is a red flag, I will say, is like on field, for example, when people start DMing you right away, like, oh, are you going to be a good girl? Or like all that stuff. Good example for me would be like, honestly, like I like to sext with people before. because then I can really feel out like what their kinks are, what they like, how their experience level is with kink. And in this case, in this era of my life being submissive, I'm in like my mommy dom era. It's very fun.
Mommy dom.
Yes.
What's that?
Mommy dom is, have you heard of daddy dom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same shit.
I call them good little boys, and they call me mommy.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused because you said
I'm in that right now.
That's why I was like,
Oh, in my dom era.
okay, you said sub.
Sorry. I'm in my dom era. I'm in my mommy dom era. So a good example would be like we talk about what we like and what we don't like beforehand to some degree. And I do find sexting to be a really cool way to kind of like audit that. And then they stick to those boundaries in the experience. The negative experience I often go back to was at the end of my field exploration, and we like got up from having sex, and he like pushed me against a wall. Like it was a turn and push, like a shove, and it felt very violent and aggressive. And it was like I realized that he thought that dominance could include roughness, and it felt scary. So yeah, and I hear that theme a lot from women. Like he said he was a dom, he was just really rough.
I think men that like aggressive sex like to put the tag of dom on top. And I had learned so much. Also, 50 Shades of Grey has, to me, infiltrated a lot of our minds in a negative way.
Totally.
It was the world's experience with BDSM that's never had it. But you also watched him be too rough in the movie, not even the book. And there's so much negativity in that. Even the way he was talking, like, she's also not assertive enough to ask for what she wants, which is a terrible thing. Because the control that a sub has is real.
Yes.
Like
1,000%.
And so you're watching this girl. I like the innocence of her in the movie, but I don't like I don't know. I'm learning.
Well, you know that her boundaries are being pushed, and she's on and off again with him all the time because she's like,
I think that's what I'm realizing. She just had a foursome off field. So I was like, let me hop on there. So I've been on there for 2 days now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh. And
I'm a good influence.
I'm getting all the
But what I really love, I know. What the fuck? I'm telling you all the things. I'm telling you way too much. I'm like, damn, I'm not going to have nothing to tell our own audience. I'd be like, go over and listen to all the new stuff. So I've been on there for 2 days now. And what I love is.
Me?
No.
How have you made it this far without field? Where do you?
I was in a 3-year relationship.
Oh, okay.
We went to sex clubs.
Okay,
bi-weekly.
yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
How the fuck have you been hoeing and getting shit?
I know. Yeah.
Well, no, just like kinky. It's very fucking kinky. I just figured.
Beforehand, I had a lot of kinky partners.
Okay.
Got in a 3-year relationship.
You had a good roster.
Yeah.
It feels to me. I gotta say, I've never had sex. Well, 2 people on.
So I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay. Maybe it's not that good here. I'm also.
Well, no. I think it's dope because I think the things that people lie about out the gate in all the other dating apps.
Yes.
I love being able to come here and they're like, hey, I have a primary, I have a soulmate, I'm with them, we play separately together, there's all these
My dick is literally 8 inches long.
I like size queens. I love it. But I realize that when I'm going to the profiles, if I see dominant men, FWB, casual,
I know.
all of those, I'm immediately not interested because I also want someone that can be a switch. I'm also really looking for people to put MMF.
It's fun.
I want someone that's
into
too. MMF.
But like a kind of gay one. I want the guys to be.
Oh my God, me too.
The way that you just jumped back. So
just a little bit.
In the foursome I had, right? It was on Tuesday.
I love bi guys.
We thought we were swiping
Please
a girl.
go suck other dicks. Wait, you thought what?
So my boyfriend and I were swiping for a girl. We thought we were just swiping quick.
Yeah.
Saw her picture like. You should not swipe like this on sex sites. You should definitely be more intentional, but we weren't. So by the time we matched with her, the next swipe up, I was like, oh shit.
This is a duo.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it gets into this conversation of, I don't know if I'm ready for someone to fuck you yet, right? So we go out with them. They were really hot. Honestly, he added to the package. Not saying she wasn't shit. She was hot. Obviously, I swiped her, but like, he was fine and like
he's good looking. That's what I'm finding. Couples, one be fine, the other don't.
We actually all acknowledged that. She was like, I wasn't ready for y'all to be this good looking. Anyway, long story short.
I haven't run into them either. I haven't swiped their page either.
Good. So anyway.
There's a lot of fucking people.
There's so many.
There is.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the foursome, so we didn't interact with the other guys. They were only allowed to touch and me and her just going crazy eating pussy, scissoring. It was nasty. But basically what I was thinking of, and I hated it. Oh, my man ain't gonna watch this. The whole time I kept thinking, what if they touch each other's dicks? And that shit was getting me crazy wet. And it's funny because he kept talking about how wet my pussy was. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even know why. But literally, I'm just not used to seeing my man naked with another naked man in the room.
2 dicks.
Sex party to me doesn't really count.
No, that's intimate.
It's a separate interaction and everybody, whatever. But being in their bedroom.
Heteroflexible? Is he curious?
He's not heteroflexible.
No.
He's Nigerian. I say that to say, unfortunately, not actually, wait, I want to correct. I don't ever want to push boundaries on someone's sexuality if they aren't there.
Totally.
Especially men. I kind of am actually a little bit annoyed with how much men do it to women. Oh, kiss her, or you never did this, that.
Yes.
I say all that to say, I believe certain backgrounds have had the room to explore where others have not, which is why we have our show, right? Like Black people growing up, super religious, having to be the model person. I don't think Black men have the room to just try anything. I think they could either be gay or they could either be straight. I think we're all okay with that now.
Sure.
But a bi guy? Nah. And the experiences that I've had with bi men, it's like, conversations even, just, it's so like, I'm not ready to tell you. We just don't give the floor. Women, we are not giving the floor for bisexuality.
Yeah.
I am. And that's the other stressful thing, I guess, about it. Like, I don't ever want to feel like I'm turning someone out or convincing them to do something they don't want to do. So again, being able to read those things on the profile out the gate, I'm like, we're not on the same page. I don't need to be dominated. I actually don't. I like switch. I like to go from dominant to submissive with my partner, but I want a man that's comfortable being in his submissive, his feminine ways. Oh, and that's a whole
thing too, just like bisexuality. Even if he's straight and submissive, there is so much shame for submissive men.
Yeah.
Like truly.
Like even the way they hold their leg up in the air or a position they're in and they feel like it's taking away from their manhood. Oh, no, I want you to be completely comfortable in the bedroom with me. Yeah. And I want us to be able to explore together.
We had a fun episode with a comedian named Jay Jordan. Or is it Jordan? Jay Jordan. And we're basically sitting there making jokes about how many things could be gay. Like what could be gay on a guy? Just society, right? Can't eat a hot dog. Can't get nail polish. Oh my God. You can't wear too tight of pants. You can't wear too saggy of pants. Like there's so many things. And so something that I believe, if we weren't all born into this society or had a different background or more openness, I really believe men would have been more open to have the kiss in school or even touch each other. And
I think they did. We just don't know.
A lot of them did.
I think they did.
No, so like I actually talk a lot about bisexuality for men. I really want to create a safe space for them because like, why would there be any less experimentation between men and women? It's just for women, it's sexualized. It's make out with the girl. It's the porn. It's hot. For men, it's one fucking kiss and you're super gay. Yeah. And it's like, that sucks. And for a lot of women, actually, we love the idea of gay men together.
I mean, that's the porn I watch.
I think that's only kinky girls. I don't think a lot of women are like that. I swear to God.
Okay, I'm in a kinky bubble. I'm in a kinky echo chamber.
I think we like this because of the openness to sex. And I think other women view it as demasculating and how could he be my man? Yeah. But damn, you're making me think of something. Oh, school. I had a guy tell me once, asked him if he'd ever done some stuff with a guy. And he was like, yeah, me and this guy jerked each other off, but it's not like we were kissing and shit. And I'm like, yeah, you just touched his dick, babe. Like, why did you try to act like the kiss was worse? But the way that they explain things on their mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
it's deep. It fucks with their masculinity.
I've talked to guys, though, that absolutely identify as straight, but like to get their dick sucked by men or deal with trans women, but want the dicks there. Like the way that they've made everything okay, because it's like, well, I'm not emotional. I wouldn't date a man. I don't like men, but sexually... I don't think they know how to...
No, and we also like to grab onto labels. Like,
And so you identify as straight, but...
You're in a situationship with your sexuality.
Truly.
Like, because you know how it's like you're with it, but you're not. And it sucks because I know that it's mainly men and I hate blaming women, but I do think there's been a woman in their life that fucking made them feel terrible.
Absolutely. I mean, but society, culturally.
Right.
Church, your environment, your family. It doesn't necessarily even have to be one partner. I think even for me... Thinking of the way I would like my man to show up feminine, but also don't come around me with your nails painted. Like I have also my own mind.
Very specific requests.
You know what I mean?
I want to fuck you in the ass, but you better not wear polish.
Literally, you better not have a full set like mine. But also, I want you to be submissive and feminine in the bedroom. Like the way I like compartmentalize femininity and masculinity. and then dominance and submission
Right.
in the way that it shows up in the bedroom is completely like this. Like, I want a masculine submissive. And I think
But no, that's a real thing. Like, I realize I've been more comfortable with the conversations around it. And even when we're having them, like I told my man the other day, like, I really want to dom you with another girl, like crazy king shit.
That's hot.
And he was sitting there and he's just like, yeah, okay. But like even his posture got more, like his shoulders went back. Like I could see it. And for me, it is the masculinity that's turning me on. I'm not saying I wouldn't want a bitch boy, because maybe I would, but I kind of, because they like that title.
I've been having men clean my house. Like, I have service subs.
See, I haven't gotten there yet. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think does.
Remember the cross tester we had on?
But you don't have to do anything for like.
I know. But I don't want you in my house because you getting off by doing my laundry.
Wait, what are they cleaning though?
The house.
My favorite thing to have a service sub do is errands.
Yeah, send us to the scene.
Mommy needs fucking errands done. So like this guy, the service sub I have back in Austin, he's like, I hate the stereotype of like powerful man who loves being pegged or whatever, but there's a lot of them in New York that are confirming this suspicion, like the tall little skinny Wall Street guys that make a bunch of money that want to get pegged. So anyways, he's like, I think he's 50, successful entrepreneur. In the middle of his workday, he will come over and there's like a 2-hour window. And what was actually kind of comforting from a weird like girl who didn't have a dad that didn't know how to do like a lot of little things, he like went and put air in my tires and he like cleaned my car and he took out the trash.
That's
and did,
sexy.
Like, yeah. And so it was like
taking out the trash,
because
that's become a thing that like, oh, I might need one.
It's 1 minute, but keep going.
But like it's just, I am so fucking busy, and to be able to give a list of like the more traditionally manly shit that has not been done around my house is amazing. And like,
are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. And like, I trust him now, but
the kink of, so for me,
he'll be in his boxers with his huge dick
boxers.
hard sometimes, yes.
And you don't touch it?
Not the first couple times, but I do now if he's been a good boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You touch it.
I'll give him a hand job.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically.
Oh, wow. I could do that.
Yeah. For a laundry list of chores.
I mean, I pay $50 an hour for my cleaner right now.
Exactly.
That is much cheaper. I'll give a little hand job.
But then he deserves the reward now, and the reward is him.
And the privilege of being at my home and being around me. And like, then I also have
that
like
laugh was evil just now. Did you notice that now? And the privilege of being around me. Fucking mommy.
Yeah, I'm in a mommy era. And support your local MILFs, by the way.
How old are you?
31.
Oh, I'm like, what are you?
I don't know. Something fucking flipped. Like something flipped when I went from being submissive to dominant, where my type changed. It was more these like scrawny younger guys that I felt like I could dominate. So like my type is different depending on like the power
you
dynamics.
thought we had a connection. Boy, there's Mandii.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I have a type.
Tell me.
No, I mean, they all look like they could be brothers. Like physically, what they do.
The subby ones?
The height.
Or no,
age,
just
you wouldn't even know. I think age, only my ex was the outlier. I think they're normally younger.
Younger's fun.
Like right now, majority of the guys I'm talking to are like 25 to 27.
Okay.
And
how old are you?
I'm revisiting 22-year-old. So actually 22 to 27. I'm 33.
Okay.
But my ex was 50. He was 17 years my senior.
Whoa.
So just having that experience, I do like right now, a lot of older men are more stuck in their ways. And that's it. That's what you get in. I think a lot of men...
But it's also like good daddy
open,
energy.
and I think they like these younger men, not very young, because they're grown and consenting adults.
Yes, correct.
Do like being with an older woman.
Oh, they fucking
love it.
They love it. If you want to be worshipped, like worshipped, adored.
My 26-year-old literally just said, I don't talk to any woman under 30.
Call this podcast Cougarville.
Is that? No, I'm not a cougar, I don't think. I mean, I'm 33.
You know what it is?
I love it.
Maybe
but I don't think I'll end up with them.
This true sub
I don't want to be with any of them.
I can't do young.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even want to be with them.
Just a disclaimer for the women in their 30s. Like, don't date them, but like they'll worship you.
Yeah, and
they do worship you.
They're
great
fun.
sex.
They're fun. Great.
Yes.
They're fun.
Yes.
They're fun.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. They're fun. And because I want a primary, not a real thing, right now it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I just got to figure out what's next.
Before we wrap up, I need to talk to you about sex sells because I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
And before I was a sex podcaster, I had 2 product-based companies. So like I love to fucking build businesses. And next I really want to get into sex tech. So some type of sex technology thing.
Amazing.
Please hurry up. I'm taping in 4 months.
Perfect. So I would just love to learn more about that that experience for you.
So it was birthed during the pandemic from a opportunity that came to me about doing a show about people leaving the sex industry. So I knew
that's tricky territory.
It is.
I feel like.
So the company that came to me was huge, and I was like, oh my God. But after one call, I was like, bro, Whoreible Decisions is so welcoming about sex.
Right.
How can I?
They're kind of conflicting.
It's seeming like I'm celebrating if you leave. So lost the opportunity with them. And
way to stand up for yourself.
No, you know what? Doing the right thing works every time.
Yes, it fucking does.
I mean, literally, I lose nothing when I give, ever. Yeah. Whether it's money to a friend, money to someone on the street, I just don't take L's when I'm a giver.
Yeah.
And that truly happened because I gave to myself. I was like, this just doesn't feel right. So I love money a lot.
Oh,
and
me too.
Sex a lot.
I have a money kink. I love getting paid for sex.
Bitch, we have a chapter where I'm literally talking about how I fucked this old guy for
love
money.
Getting money.
But I didn't have to. Like, he was just giving me the money, and I was like, oh, I just want to be paid for it.
Yeah.
But sex sells really, I just wanted to talk about how people make money from sex. And it kind of makes me think about when people would ask me if I was considering myself a sex worker through Whoreible. Because I get money talking about sex, so.
Nah, it's adjacent.
No, they consider us sex workers.
Who's they?
Everyone.
Consider.
Yeah.
I mean, we have been, but
sure,
podcasting, I don't really know if it's sex work.
I have a Patreon. I consider showing my boobs and making money a little
They
more
let you show your boobs on Patreon?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's also
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
There's
That's
also
restricted.
There's also hierarchy, you know? Like we can all say everybody under the hierarchy.
It's my favorite thing to talk about.
Yes. We can all say that
The
everybody
hierarchy
under
of
there
both,
is a sex worker, but there's different risks. Like, and my risk is not
the risk is
nothing,
what
Patreon
is the judgment, right? It's like
the higher the risk, the more the judgment.
Oh
Yeah.
So with Sex Sells, wanted to do, the show about money, and it is the first business show hosted by a Black woman on TV.
Whoa.
There's been it on streaming.
Oh, geez, that's kind of sad.
Right? There's been it on digital streaming, never TV. And so what's great about it is it's really evolved. Like the first season, I just wanted to highlight everybody from—
There's only one season, right? Or is there 2?
3.
Oh, there's
and another
3.
one coming, yeah.
Okay, I marathoned whatever was there.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's on Prime now, but
fuck yes.
It's crazy because knowing that the first episode, maybe there was one business that wasn't Black, and it was Clone a Willy. But all of them were people from Whoreible that I wanted to highlight again. Now,
fuck yes.
Let's get a money way. Because Mandii and I got to talk to these people about the kink shit, but never how they're getting money. Now it's totally evolved. I mean, even we're going into a place where they're making the Westworld dolls, but
whoa.
And then we've covered Whoreible Decisions as a business, which was really fun for our fans because no one really understands how we make money. And I think just covering how
much work goes into having a podcast.
Hella.
That it's a real fucking business.
Well, we did live show. We made a live show on camera for them to see
toured.
that. Yep.
Yeah.
But we've changed a little bit. I did a Parisian episode, which thank you, Fuse, for sending me there. I was like, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. So we finally got to talk to people that have sex for money, porn stars, escorts, whatever. Okay. But why this content was so important to me is because people do not look at sex workers as people.
No.
And on Whoreible Decisions, what I realized versus Sex Sells is someone clicking on Whoreible Decisions is already tribe. They're not going to be in the comments like, oh, she's disgusting, blah, blah, blah.
Unless it goes super viral and reaches random.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when it happens.
Yeah,
but
they definitely do that.
Someone's going to say that about you in the butt thing.
I mean, I don't care.
They're not going to say that on your Instagram. They're going to be like, this is hilarious. This is fun. Good for her. Get back to us. If that moment happens on Twitter, complete opposite opinion.
Yeah. So they're already in your, you were saying they're already in your tribe.
I like
they're already warm audience.
Problem with male butt.
Nothing's wrong with
Let's
that.
normalize liking male butt.
But that's what I'm saying. We
just
all have that theme of us. And
yeah.
I just wanted people to look at sex workers for business advice, business advice. Like,
yes.
The SEO conversations, how they're saving money with overhead, taxes, S corps. Hearing
that
from
love that
a
shit.
dom, people write me all the time, oh, I own this painting company and I learned this from the girl who was the sex surrogate. Like, that to me is fire. We're all making money.
Yeah.
Choosing either our own selves as an entity for a business or whatever. Maybe we start a corp. So,
and there's a lot of complexities and nuances. Like I was listening to you on a podcast talk about the acting studio for the dungeon, and there's all these loopholes. Like people have to do so much crazy shit. Like I don't know how I'm still on Venmo. Like all my friends that are sex workers have been kicked off Venmo. And then there's like, how do you pay your taxes?
Yeah.
Like everything's a whole thing. And you're dealing with just societally being pushed
and
fucking far away.
even ATM meetups. That's why a lot of them like that. The cash meetups for DOMs to be able to receive, like, it's very important to get cash.
Yes.
Some of these sex workers are receiving Bitcoin. It's a slightly safer.
So
there
much
was
work.
I did that on Sex Cells too. There's a coin.
Oh, I've heard of this.
What were they called? They're a French company, but long story
For
short.
sex work.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
And
heard of this.
Yeah, it was like really helpful for sex workers. But to
Great.
me, if I sell you some pussy at 1,000 and the crypto go down, I'm fighting.
Oh, yeah. You got to. You'd have to cash out right away.
Immediately.
What's the current price? How many Bitcoin?
Oh,
How many-
God, that'd be bad. But yeah, I love talking about money.
Yeah. No, money and sex are like, before I did this, I had like a really bad relationship with money, like kind of chronic overspending. And so I actually took to TikTok to share about how I like shifted my relationship with money. Because it wasn't just like going to see an accountant or going to see a therapist. It was kind of this thing. So it felt very...
It's real as fuck. Because who the fuck do you call for overspending? Accountant and a therapist.
Yeah.
Shocking.
There's money therapists.
So
there are money therapists.
In the book that we're writing, I literally talk about, but maybe I need to hone in more on it. The way that
I'm not better, by the way. Just the way finances and how I viewed money growing up yes.
led to me fucking for money. And now having more money has led to the shame in me fucking for money because my mind around what money looks like and what it can do and how frivolous I can spend it when I have more looks.
Yes.
So the ways in which I thought men really liked me because of the money they were spending, I said, oh, that was the cost of a tomahawk steak dinner. Like it was nothing to them. Because of how much money they had.
Yeah.
And so just the ways in which your relationship with money can dictate the price of your pussy.
I mean, it dictates how worthy I feel. Like what's in my bank account. Like it's a mind fuck.
It's a real mind fuck.
Yeah. But with that, I kind of played around and saw how taboo and hard it was for people on TikTok specifically to talk about money. I'm like, well, sex is fucking next.
I do like sharing pitfalls with money, which I don't think people do. Because all you hear is people saying, I have money, I have money, I have money. Yeah. Not how you got there. What happened when you were broke when you had money? What happens when you lose money? How are you doing that? And that's one thing that I will say the age of the internet has kind of helped with. Because when you are trying to talk to someone else about it, no one ever wants to tell you where they made a mistake.
Right.
And the mistakes that I've made, I don't even know if I've ever shared them, right? Like, but there's different platforms where you can start learning and you don't know until you know. For me, the biggest thing is hearing someone that's in a similar business tell me where they went wrong. Mm-hmm. Podcasting too. People always call me for advice and say, what do you wish you had done different?
Yeah.
Actually, my only real answer is the name. Whore in the name. Like you spell with a G.
Yeah.
But putting whore in the name has really made it
cost us a lot of money.
Oh, how so?
Just brand deals. They don't want to, we haven't been able to have a billboard in Times Square. We can't just put whore everywhere. Our YouTube plaque, we got 100K subscribers. It had to say WD podcast with like Mandii and Weezy. We couldn't even put horrible decisions on our YouTube plaque. So the name. And I tried it with a 0, with a 3, with a 1.
Right. Tried to hack it.
It's considered
the censorship
profanity.
is fucking insane.
Yeah, the censorship
it's insane.
It, so.
I mean, we are hoes. I get it.
The advice I always give for podcasting is like pay for go to full video, like a studio like this right away. Like, I mean, I've only had my podcast a year.
Yes and no.
No.
No. Yes
if you want to reach,
I get with the reach. We actually started audio only for the first year and a half, almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. And so our audio numbers, where we are able to get those network deals.
Yeah.
That's it.
But did you guys both have big following? You guys had followings before?
I mean, no, not really. We're not celebrities.
To me, the answer for that doesn't work anymore because the way that people are
consuming.
Yeah, I agree.
So 2017.
You guys are ahead of...
Yeah.
You guys are right on time.
Now, if you're missing this piece.
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is, too, people think they went viral for a clip, but people aren't going to listen to the full episode. People are consuming just the clip. You're not monetizing your clips that are going viral. Like, so you could have 1 million views on an Instagram clip from your podcast, and your podcast only has 150 listens.
Right. I also don't understand anymore what 1 million views means.
Yeah.
I say that because having 1 million people listen to your podcast is insane.
It's different from
downloads.
seeing
I don't
a
have
million
that
viral
on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Right.
Like,
But I can get a lot of views. Guys will be like, oh my God, I saw your reel. And I love your podcast.
I love
and
your
I will
podcast.
I'll be like, what episode?
Yeah,
do you
no,
like
it's only the
most?"
clips.
And then
They
they'll
only
be
know
like,
the clips.
oh, I just know the clips. And I'm like, unmatch.
Yeah, literally. I only know the clips.
But if you have a crush on me, go fucking get to know me.
Hello.
nah, we're the opposite. Don't listen to my shit.
Oh no, someone just met me on Field and was like, how's the podcast going? I said, you just turned me off. Not
You
interested.
know, and also like
Not
you know,
interested in talking
you
to
know
you.
too much.
Well,
You
no,
know a
and
lot.
now-
The girl from the foursome told me right as we were heading to their house.
that
She's like,
she knew.
she's like, I didn't know.
She
when to-
pretended to
No,
not.
she just said it
pretend.
later.
Mm-hmm.
That would have pissed me off.
Well, the way she said it was like, by the way, like I didn't know how to mention this earlier.
Oh, she's a fan. It's
Like,
cute.
She fucks fans. I don't want to fuck a fan.
Yeah, but
I'll fuck a fan.
that's not true. You've like made out with fans.
You can pay me.
You've done
A
stuff
fan
with
could
people
pay
that
me.
know
I'm
you.
at a sex club. But I'm not.
I mean,
once I
fine.
know I'm dating, I'm not fucking someone that I know watches me before.
I don't expect
Sure.
anybody black at this age to not have come across my content. So
Fuck
to me,
yeah.
it's not fucking a fan. If a girl's fucking hanging around, you know, doing some weird shit to me,
On
that's
field.
fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but knowing my show as someone that's on an app for sex, someone that's open about sex, like, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard too, because it's like, how the fuck do you say it? But the age gap was funny because she was like, I used to listen in college. And I was like,
Oh God.
okay. Old ladies.
Oh man. Well, this has been lovely.
I know.
Hope to do more of it.
Now we have to do a little swap.
And yeah, you guys have great chemistry. You're fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
And yeah, thanks for coming on.
Look at you,
Thanks
us
for
being your
having us.
first threesome on a pod.
Right. You were so nervous to have us on. And look, this went just great.
When Mandii called me yesterday, she's like, hey,
Is this girl okay?
well, I didn't read it, but basically, for those listening, so Thea hit us up, and I didn't realize you didn't know we wanted to be on the pod together. We, by the way,
I don't know.
we don't do interviews a lot together.
Oh.
So we've been wanting to do that more.
More than together.
And so
Cute.
when she's like, hey, we're supposed to be separate because she can't do two at one time. And I was like,
No, I fucking can. I had the only other twosome I had on. It was a couple, and it was my second episode ever, and I just felt like I didn't know how to do it. But
Okay.
like, you guys are
I mean, we're professional.
like, you're fucking professionals. and
Podcasters know what to do.
I'm like,
thank
I don't
God.
even need to be here. Just go.
Well, no,
it's
you
fine.
did it after that
Thank
butt
you.
cleaning shit. You had to-
Sorry. I'm going to bring it to our pod too. Dang.
Anyway, listen to us on Mondays.
Yeah, listen to Horrible Decisions, and I hope to talk more about sex and tech nerdy shit with you soon.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Yes. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into the episode today. Be sure to stay in touch with us on socials at Seggs Talk Radio Podcast. That is SEGGS Talk Radio Podcast.